Hey guys, it's Calvin, also known as ROAMER, and this is Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. And just to start off with like a brief history I have with From Software. Love them to death, played their games too many times to count. I love them all so much. I've already played quite a bit of Sekiro, not that I got an early copy, I literally was just playing it all this morning. And I can say, if you're coming here for my opinion, I think that this game is phenomenal. I think that the exploration is amazing, I think the combat is really fun. But I'm going to do a first impressions type thing on this. Now, I don't know if I'm going to do how many episodes it's going to be, but I'm going to play until I feel like it's right. I don't want to spoil too much for people, but I do want to play this game and show it off to the best of my ability. Now, we're going to go with new game. I'm using my second account here because, believe it or not, you can't actually do two playthroughs like you could in Dark Souls, which makes sense, I guess, because it's a different type of game. Now, I'm going to go into language here. This is probably sacrilegious, but I tried Japanese on the other one, and I think everyone's going to be doing Japanese, so I thought it might be fun to do some English language as well in this, just to see what it's like. Let's press new game. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Thank you. HDR is off, which is good. You have to turn off the HDR if you have like a capture card hooked up, because it won't work for some reason with it. I hope that like changes with the next console. I really do.
In the closing years of the Sengoku era, Japan was consumed by perpetual conflict. The fires of war raged on, spreading deep into the mountains, to the land of Ashina.
Yeah, the English voice acting is not bad at all. It's not bad at all. I think you can see from the battle, like, I know this is a cutscene, it's very different from actual gameplay, but it's freaking gorgeous. And surprisingly enough as well, I will say the combat is very like what you're seeing right now. There is a lot of like different, there's a lot of different techniques you're gonna have to use to try and defeat your enemies, and they're gonna be using the same type of techniques to try and defeat you.
General Tamura is no more!
I will say that I prefer that read on the dialogue over the Japanese one.
Staged a bloody coup and wrested control of the land.
This is so cool. This is so fucking cool. Look at that, so cool.
What's the matter, Stray? Nothing left to lose? Well, would you look at that? Fascinating. Will you join me, starving wolf?
On that day, a young cub was taken from the battlefield. He trained relentlessly, and indeed, went on to become a master shinobi.
I am very surprised at the
You must never forget
at how good this
the
voice acting
shinobi
is.
code. As your father, my word is absolute. Your master's is a close second. As of today, he is your master. Defend him with your life. If he is taken, bring him back at any cost. You understand me, don't you, Wolf?
As you can see, it's very different from Dark Souls. I feel like the story is very, like, it's not straightforward exactly, but it's very much like kind of like an actual mainline story. There is a lot of lore in this game. There's a lot of different things you'll learn from this game just by reading items like in Dark Souls, but it's very, very different.
Some 20 years after Ishin's coup, the Ashina clan was on the brink of collapse. And the shinobi, known as Wolf, had lost everything. Both the man who took him in and the boy he had sworn to protect.
I remember the first time I saw this, my first thought was, yeah, this is very From Software. Like, just the visuals here is very From Software.
Shinobi, open your eyes.
And even this here is like,
Of your master.
very reminiscent of Dark Souls 1. There's going to be very different ways you're going to be able to play this game, and I'm going to talk about them a little bit as I'm going through this, because I think it's better than I played a bit myself. So this is a letter for Into the Well. Kuru's Wolf, your destiny awaits you at the Moonview Tower. Escape from the well and find the tower bathed in moonlight. Even without a blade, you can reach it. Stay silent, stay vigilant. This game has a lot of stealth. I went this way, and I'll go down here anyway, but I went this way and I couldn't really find anything here. I'm sure there's something you can do here that I'm just not getting. I know there's a double jump, but like, you can't really do it as well in the water. But yeah, that was one of the first things. I think they just put this here to be like, yeah, you can swim in this one, which is something you couldn't do in the other From Software games. And people might be saying, Calvin, don't compare it so much to the other From Software games, but like, if you're releasing a game after releasing 5 games that are all very similar in terms of combat and style, it's pretty like, it's pretty obvious that people are going to be comparing like this game to like the other games you've done in your career. This game is just gorgeous. This game is just absolutely beautiful. And like, yeah, while it's not like obviously like the prettiest game I've ever seen in my life, it's still really pretty. Why did I, oh yeah, I dropped down the whole way. I was like, oh no. Now, I'm not gonna be doing, well, I guess like it would count as exploring, but like it would be like, I guess retroactive exploring, because I've actually like already seen most of this, so it'd just kind of be just me exploring over like things I've already seen. Yeah, so there's stealth. You can hide within this stuff here like this.
Shackle him, restrain him, nothing. That doesn't worry anybody?
Not at all. Not only is he unarmed, he has completely lost his will to live. Nothing but a coward, unworthy of our concern.
So yeah, you can eavesdrop on people.
The moonlight shines strongly on the Moonview Tower tonight. The divine heir is probably using the light for his reading again.
Probably, but imprisoning a mere child.
I feel sorry for the boy. Agreed. But I'm sure Lord Genichiro has his reasons.
I think another one of the, like, probably, in my opinion, like, the biggest thing about this game that I noticed first was, like, you know, it's just, like, off the right back. By the way, I went into this game completely blind. Every time I saw a trailer for it, I, like, muted. I saw the first trailer, of course, the E3 trailer, then, like, I muted the fuck out of, like, everything. If, like, someone tried to show me something, I was like, fuck off. Like, please. So we can eavesdrop on this guy again. But yeah, like, these people are people. They're not monsters.
The Moonview Tower door. You can check that it's locked, right?
It's certainly locked. Nobody fixed that hole in the wall.
That? Don't worry about it. The hole faces the edge of a cliff. No one could pass through it.
So giving us a little bit of information. Eavesdropping actually does help with that type of thing, but we can hang down. You're a lot more agile, you're a lot more moving in this game, it's a lot more fluid. It's less about, like, I guess, like, you as, like, a person, and more about the character as well, which, you know, it's kind of a welcome change for a From Software game. Not that I don't like the other way of doing this. I still, even though Dark Souls has like kind of run its course for some people, I would die for a Dark Souls 4. You know what I mean? I would like be totally on board for that. I can move over here and talk to the Lord. Now this is really interesting because I actually haven't talked to the Lord in English. So I'm actually very excited to hear this.
You did well to come here. It's been too long, Wolf.
I've come to free you, my lord.
Well then. Raise your head. Kusabimaru, your sword. My shinobi. In accordance with the bond of Lord and Retainer, you will pledge your life in my service.
It's so cool. It's so fucking cool.
As you command.
Again, I went to this game so blind that I thought that was a girl when I saw the trailer. So, Kusabimaru is how you pronounce it? Katana given by Kuru, the divine heir, an heirloom of the Hirata family, a cadet branch descended from Ashina. Once thought lost, it has found its way back into the hands of the wolf. The name Kusabimaru beseeches, a shinobi's role is to kill, but even a shinobi must not forget mercy. A mantra, the blade itself may manifest. So this is where like the game kind of like starts. This is where we're like, okay, we're finally playing some like cool game. But like, I think this looks so cool, man. And the concept of this game is so cool. I'm not usually into feudal Japan stuff, but this just kind of hooked me.
Loyal Wolf, I see you are wounded. I have something that may help. It is a special gourd of medicinal waters. Use it to heal your wounds.
This actually just works very well for me, like as well. It's basically like a Estus flask, I guess. So it's a gourd filled vitality restoring medicine. Resting refills the gourd like with resting in a bonfire, made by an apprentice of the extraordinary Dr. Dogen. Though it is strange that the gourd's medicinal waters refill automatically, the seeds within may hold the secrets to how it works.
Lord.
Now then, were you gravely injured? Afterward?
After what?
Do you not remember that night?
I do not.
No. We'll talk about it later. Right now, we must escape Ashina Castle.
As you say.
There's a secret passage beneath the moat bridge that will take us out of the castle. Lord Ishin told me about it once. I ask you to find that secret passage. Once you find it, signal me with a reed whistle. You know, like you used to long ago. I will join you as soon as I hear it.
The outfits are awesome too. So yeah, we just said we can equip our items like this. It actually works. It works. I will say it works like I was worried at first because like of course it's a completely different thing, and I think that happens in every single game when something's different. We all kind of like judge it as like kind of like, oh, pellets are really good too. We all kind of like judge it like, oh, I don't know if I'll be able to actually do this. I don't know if like I'm gonna get used to this. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I actually had to go do something for a quick second. But if you actually look at this, what's cool about this is that I had to go do something, and well, would you look at that? You can pause the game. Now, I understand like a few people are probably gonna be upset about that. For me, it's like it's not that big of an issue, mainly because okay, so posture and death blows basically R1 to attack, and you have to break their posture. Their posture is like the orange thing under their health, I think it is. Again, I'm not very good at this game yet, but I'll try and show you. You can actually do this as well though. It's just much easier to go up, and if you can get a stealth kill, definitely do. Again, this isn't a walkthrough. We're gonna try and get a deflect, but I don't think it's... There we go. Okay, a deflect right there. You press L1 at the right time and you can like get this deflect to move in on them. Yeah, and of course we have our like character who's not a created character. Looks very From Software, but like I think this game just looks a million times better than any Dark Souls game that's been made before. No offense to Dark Souls. I should probably use the gourd. Come here to me, my friend. The dodging backwards is not a good idea. But the deflect is always a good idea. It feels good in this game though. It feels good to kill things in this game, which is something that is always good in a From Software. Oh, you lock on, just press R3. Like a From Software game where it doesn't feel good to kill things, that's the day that I will abandon them. But like that's never gonna happen, so that's why I feel so confident saying that. They are obviously very forgiving when it comes to stealth. You can see here, they kind of like, I guess like we have some sort, we are like a special dude. We're not a chosen one, but we are a special dude, so it kind of makes sense that like, we were able to do that. But I guess like also, oh god, we don't, I guess probably the best thing would be to jump on this guy, wouldn't it? And then get this guy really quick. Then get these guys as quick as we can. And no, please don't hit me from the side. And then get this guy. Okay, that actually works a lot better than the first time I did it. I like got these guys first, then got the tougher guy second. So that actually worked a lot better. And again, like I found like going through the game, and I have died, of course, in the game. Like everyone is going to die in this game. I found that it is very like you can figure out different ways how to kill different creatures, and it, like they all work very well. So this is what would be considered to be kind of like a boss. Kinda like a boss. So we get that. And you see the little like red dots above their health? That like, I guess like takes them down, I guess. So Deadpool against strong enemies, yeah, of course, it removes a marker. I'm not confident still in deflecting. As you can see. But see, we got him. We got him. We got him in the end. I'm still not confident in deflecting. I'm really not confident in deflecting enemies yet. And like it's very sad because like I like, you know, you kind of expect something from going into the other Souls games, but the thing is, it's not a Souls game. The combat is very different, and it's open about being very different about it. And I really am proud of this company that I love so much for kind of making a game that like, oh god, we messed up there. Okay, we're going a little stealth. For making a game that is extremely different. Can we get? Oh, we can get back up here, can we? I don't think I fell the first time, so... Oh no, we can just get back up here. I'm an idiot. For making a game that is so different in terms of combat and such a separation from its original roots. Not that it's a giant separation, but it still is a lot of fun. I am having, like, some issues with the game, but, like, they all come from, like, this. But they all come from, like, you know, learning how to play the game. I eventually will, like, get better at doing this. Like, look at... Okay, so... See, now it's making me look like an idiot. It didn't take me this long. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you, man? I like climbing up walls for days on end. Is that not... What is happening? What is happening? I'm actually gonna cry, like... Okay, so there we go. Okay, so what I was doing wrong, and I think it's good that I know this now, but we can eavesdrop on these guys.
Passage at the bottom of the moat, under the bridge. We just got orders to guard it.
Security's getting tight. War will be upon us very soon.
I think what's good about learning this stuff now in the second playthrough is that I can kind of use it in the first playthrough. So this freaking shocked me. Not because I was like, oh my god, weird creature, but because I was like, oh my god, a weird creature. Because this, I think this is the first. It's not the last, but it's the first weird creature that I witnessed in this game so far. We can, of course, drop down to this ledge again. It's such a fun game. It's such a fun game. And like, it's exactly what I think it's exactly what we kind of needed, man. I kind of missed this. Or I'd missed this type of game at least. Fucking awesome. You can go down here. There's like little creatures down here, but then we'd have to walk all the way back up. Instead of doing that, let's just go through this door. They're like little gecko creatures, but you don't get anything for it. You have to pass down through there. I'm so glad I went into this blind. I'm so glad that I went into this blind, so now I don't even like have to worry about any spoilers. Look how cool this little dude is as well. Cooler haircut than I have.
Wolf, you found it. Now let us leave this place.
Yes, my lord.
To think that this is the only way, to run from the fated bloodline, is the only answer. Where shall we go once we're away from the castle? I suppose the first thing we should do is cross the Ashina border. Or perhaps we should hide somewhere. What do you think?
Whatever you desire.
Whatever I desire? That's the wolf I know.
My lord.
Oh, nothing. I was just reminiscing. Onward then.
Okay, we don't have health, but it's not going to matter because coming up now would be what would be kind of considered to be the first boss. I'm pretty sure you can do this. I'm pretty sure that someone's gonna come along and beat this boss. But my idea now, I think that it's one of those kind of like scripted deaths, I guess you would call it, if that makes sense. Like you kind of have to die for this one.
The divine heir. Last we stood together was your uncle's funeral.
Lord Genichiro.
The music is amazing too.
Thank you.
Leave this to me.
So the noble shinobi stands in our way.
Now, I believe this is a scripted death in a sense, because I think that, like, I wasn't able to, like, do, there's, like later on you even learn a skill to block, like, in, like, mid-air, like, attacks, like, deflect mid-air attacks. I'm assuming that, like, this is gonna be maybe the final boss. I haven't seen it yet, I don't know anything about it. Fuck, this is so cool!
Is that all the shinobi has to offer? The divine heir will be coming with me.
What is this?
So you're awake.
Thanks for watching this first impressions video, guys. I want to do more of these in the future, and this definitely won't be the last one of Sekiro either, or Sekiro. I always I'm a bit fidgety on how to pronounce it, but we're going to be doing more of this. I want to do one more episode to show more than just a tutorial level, maybe even show a good mini-boss or even a boss. This game is really cool. If you want to pick it up, you totally should. It's I think it's rather expensive for like a FromSoft game even. I think it's like, over here it's like 70 euros, so just keep that in mind. But I can safely say, before giving my final thoughts in the next episode to you guys, that this is an unbelievable game. I'm in love with it.